Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome back. Apologies for the voice. I have got man flu. I am leaking from multiple orifices. My desk currently looks like somebody that's either got man flu, who has just had a frenzy of masturbation. There's tissues everywhere. But we will get on with it because, of course, when I get sick, massive things are released for the new game. Cheers, Miles. Today, there's two separate videos. I'm going to do one about the more match engine stuff, which I'm interested in because we've got a new match engine coming. So that'll be interesting. So I'm genuinely interested to see what they do there. But this is on individual player targets and interaction logic. Remember, keyword logic, because you could argue there's a lack of that in Football Manager. Whether it's your team scoring for the 10th game in a row, your robust defence keeping another clean sheet, or your top prospect realising their potential, there's nothing more satisfying than watching a plan come together in FM. There can sometimes be bumps on the path to glory, slumps in form, standards dropping. Yes. Come on. Get to the juice. FM24, you can now inspire your players to strive for more by setting targets to elevate their performance levels. Alongside this, we've also made changes to the way you interact with your players, yes, and staff, good. Can we talk to when you loan a player, can we talk to don't get me started on that. Okay, let's dive into the details. Incentivize your squad and help players away on loan achieve the best playing time pathway with individual performance targets to get the most out of your players. These areas can be focused on our training improvements, okay? Goals, assists, clean sheets, match performance. I thought, when you give them contracts, you give them, goal bonuses and assist bonuses. Is that not already, an incentive? I hope that would be, because footballers are famously greedy. So, the opportunity to set a target will be available when you praise or criticise a player for their recent performances. When you make a comment to a player leaving on loan, in contract negotiations for new signings and player renewals. Okay, both the player and the agent may want to negotiate it, fair enough. When setting a target, the player's personality, their relationship, for example, contract discussions. Offering a player time pathway can significantly boost a player's interest in joining you, but it can be difficult to justify whether your potential signing should be promised a regular spot in a few years. So in FM24, linking closely to a playing time pathway promise, you'll be able to offer a target in the contract negotiations. If a promising striker has asked for regular starter as part of the playing, you can now respond with a target. So he's got to score X amount of goals in league matches. If they were to hit that goal-scoring target, you'd be expected to honour the agreement by making a regular starter for the following season. I don't like this stuff generally. I try to get rid of any promises that I can possibly get rid of because it's just ball ache. It's just annoying stuff when you forgot that this guy is now supposed to be a regular starter, but he's now not developed. And for me, personally, I just feel like this is more layers to them being annoyed at me because I didn't do it. Because so many plans can change. If I say to a young hot prospect striker, I want you to score 10 goals this season, and if you do, you'll be your regular starter next season. That's the beginning of the season, so we're sort of talking like 2 seasons ahead of time. In that next season, I might have signed a world-class striker, and then he's just going to be upset that I've broken the promise. And I doubt that I'll be able to talk to him and say, hey, can I was going to give you, but then we signed this guy. I'm not sure that's going to be an option. You can track how your players are progressing using the new targets tab for loan players. So loan players interesting stuff, but then you're relying on the AI to play him in the position. I've sent so many players like a striker out on loan, find out he's been playing on the left wing the entire season. So targets of their own when they arrive to you, that's cool. Your staff can offer advice. Hang on. Sorry, leaky nose. If they meet their targets, such as scoring more goals, performing more assists, or achieving a strong training rating, you'll be able to congratulate them, but also have more promises to follow through on, such as offering a new contract. Okay. Fails to hit their target, who will explain their and then up to you to decide how you want to handle it. Yeah, for me, and I don't think this is a negative on the game as such. I think some people might use it, but I don't like any sort of promises anyway. So I would just try and remove all those things as much as humanly possible so I don't have to worry about it. But it's fine. I think this is the first feature that I don't care about. Okay, better conversations with interaction logic changes. Oh, yeah, the good stuff. Okay, new immersive than previous, okay, and big changes under the hood. It's not just new interactions added with targets for players or agent interaction. We've also looked at hundreds of other areas in the game where you're having conversations with your players or their agents, try and make them even more believable. We often speak about how important the suspension of disbelief is. Yes. Okay. One of the big changes we have made to interactions in FM24 are improvements to the string severity system, which allows each positive or negative AI response to have 3 different variants of severity with over 2,000 new AI responses. So you'll now witness far fewer instances of overly severe and unrealistic. Yes, okay, good. That's fantastic. You know, that where you criticise your striker for having a bad game because he missed a penalty, got sent off, stabbed 3 people and robbed a granny, and then he kicks up a massive fuss and says you're a monster because of it. I'm less of that. Good. If your star striker has just single-handedly led your team to victory, yeah, that's my favourite one. When you praise somebody and they're like, I don't deserve this praise. I want to leave the club immediately. They're less likely to react to extremes. Now positive, neutral, negative. That's good. Okay. Increased context for reactions will also be provided where suitable. Yep, good. Address instances of unrealistic player unhappiness. Good. Clearer reasoning behind their concerns. Good. If players considering exploring options at the end of their contract, the desires should be made more obvious. Be it alerts. Yep, good. Yeah, we've all seen that. Look, I know that is a realistic thing of players saying that they want to look at their options when their contract runs out. That's fine, but a reason why they are doing that would be nice, so that's good. Elsewhere, requirements for promises are clearer, making it easier for you to see how your players feel about current progress, such as promise to strengthen your defence. For example, if you complete a promise earlier, that player will become satisfied rather than having to wait until the end of the promise date for okay, but what if I get contract negotiate and I'm buying a midfielder and he says strengthen in defence. I'm like, okay, so I'm buying a defender as well, but the defender gets here 3 days early than the midfielder. Is that going to count? But overall, love that stuff. Improvements to that stuff, fantastic. Get the information you need in staff meetings. We've also improved staff meetings. What about the responsibilities page? When the meeting agenda arrives, you can now skip into it. Okay, haven't done start. No, don't take part in those. Don't need to know. But that's good because I'm sure lots of people do that. You can now customize the delivery of each staff topic. Okay, that's good. When suggested times, yep. That's good. Okay. Target. Make sure to check out the features. Okay. So overall, I'd say a bit of a smaller one than me. I would say the first half of this doesn't really personally affect me too much. I think the more you can get rid of any promises to a player, the better, because you're just asking for unhappiness. And you never know what's going to happen in the future, promising that you'll become a regular starter next season if you get 10 assists this season. Do they have to play a certain amount of games? Is it like in... Because assist 5 league goals, okay? Progress delighted, ends. What if I don't play him? Is he going to start getting upset earlier, going, hang on, it's half the season gone and I haven't started any games. Like, how am I supposed to hit my goal? There's too many... upset player stuff here for me to care about. However, loving all this, because for me, my FM is spoiled by the stupid little random things that happen in the game when, you praise a player for doing well in training and they get upset by it. Like no one in the history of time has ever has that ever happened to, but that player will be upset by it. No mention of the loan manager stuff, complaining that you're not playing the player out of position every week. All right, Jurgen, yeah, I'm sorry, but he's been poor in training. Cool, see you next week. Hopefully that's been toned down. Right, there we go. Overall, I'm going to give this 6 out of 9. 5 out of 9. I'm making up numbers because I just felt like it and I'm sick. Right, there we go, my friends. Let me know what you think. Especially if you're... Let me know especially about these staff meetings because it's not something I really do too much. So the people that do that, please leave in the comments if that's going to be an improvement. I might actually start using it. Thank you very much for watching. There'll be another video later on with the new FM engine stuff, which I'm intrigued by because we know there's a new FM engine coming. So I can't imagine it the biggest changes, but we'll see.